Yo guys, what's good? In this video I'll share with you the top 10 upcoming open world games. So let's jump straight into it. Enjoy the video guys. Like and sub up. Starting out with the game that's closest to release, that will be Where Winds Meet. It's an Asian inspired semi-MMO open world game. So you heard me say semi-MMO, and that's right, cause it is. So you can toggle on and off the MMO elements in a sense. What I mean by this is when you get into the game first, you can choose between single player and multiplayer. And from what we can see, the main difference of this is you simply don't see the players around you, but most of the gameplay will still be relatively the same. Where Winds Meet is a fully open world game. It is Asian themed, but it does seem like it's a pretty decent game that's flowing under some people's radars, which if you like Asian themed games, this will go right up your alley, guys. Next up we have Crimson Desert. So Crimson Desert is one of my opinion, one of the biggest games that's coming out in the near future. It's so heavily underrated, it's insane. Now, mind you, the game is not out yet, but from what we saw, it does seem like it is an insane game. It has insane amounts of detail added to the game, just like GTA 6 will. The open world seems huge and diverse with insane graphics. Combat seems good, story seems amazing, a lot of fun stuff to do on the side. Now then, as for release day, Crimson Desert was set out to release in March. How much they're gonna stick with that schedule, that's a whole other topic. The game was delayed for a couple of years. They seem to be honing down on the actual release date now, since it went through a little bit of a reboot. They transitioned it from an MMO to a single player game. But yeah guys, I wouldn't hold my breath to the March release date. However, it should come out next year if everything goes according to plan. And for sure keep an eye out for this game. So speaking about huge open world games, GTA 6 is set out to release next year as well. It's supposed to be summer of next year, although I do think that's just a placeholder date, cause the game was delayed by a full year, and I'm pretty sure there is not the final delay. I'm assuming they want to push out the game before holiday season, so that's before Christmas of next year. So I'm counting on them to release it next year, although maybe a little bit later than expected. Of course, GTA 6 needs no introduction. With the monumental success of GTA 5, the company has a limited amount of budget. This game had the most amount of money poured into it in terms of entertainment products in the history of everything. Of every game, of every movie. It clocked in over $1 billion. That's a lot of money to make a game. In perspective, the last GTA and most AAA games spent a fraction of that. Yeah, big hopes for GTA 6, and no doubt it will live up to the hype. Speaking of hype, we do have Elder Scrolls 6 in development. Now, Elder Scrolls does not have a release date, it doesn't even have a fully fledged trailer out yet, but we do know it's in full development as of release of Starfield. Elder Scrolls 6 was brought into full production. That was a couple of years ago, so no doubt that the game is well into development, with a reveal trailer coming out in the near future, hopefully. Now, taking a step back from hype, World of Jade Dynasty. So this is a fully fledged MMORPG. It does have a huge open world. Now, this is an Asian game, and for this reason, it does not. It has basically zero traction in the West, meaning that the marketing is zero. Basically, no one knows about this game. Very few people do, in terms of how big the game actually is versus how many people actually know about it. World of Jade Dynasty does seem to have its very own spark in a sense. The world just seems very appealing to play in. Next gen graphics, of course, as of every game on this list, but something about this game I just can't put my finger on it. It just seems special. Have to wait and find out though. This game shouldn't be too far out. It does not have a concrete release date for global, but I'm hoping it'll come out next year. Next up we have Anata. So Anata is an anime inspired open world game. This basically if GTA was anime. It legit has so many similarities. No doubt that it is its own game, but it has the characters swap just like GTA with the exact animation, the weapon wheel like GTA. Of course, it's an anime game, so it has a very different direction in terms of story. It is open world, it should be a full-on open world game. It does have some amazing music as well. And yeah, this game just kinda came out of nowhere and surprised everyone basically, cause who doesn't want basically another GTA, right? Now, moving on to one of the greatest games of all time, I'm of course talking about Witcher. So, The Witcher 3 came to a close about a decade ago, a very long time ago. Of course, the company was held up with Cyberpunk. However, a good while ago, The Witcher 4 was in full production. So, cool little story about Witcher 4. It's not gonna be Witcher 4. It's gonna be based on Ciri. So Geralt is fully out of being the main character. However, he will be present in the game, and this will be a three-part game, meaning that for right now it will be in full production like a normal game. So we can expect the normal 5-year development cycle, which this game is already a couple years in development. But after that, it will release 3 full games. They're all separate, they're not DLCs. It will release 3 full games in the span of 6 years. So that's basically 2 to 3 years spaced apart from each game. How this will work out, we'll see. But if they make the tools beforehand and they keep the soul of the game the same and they just need to write more story, I can see them pulling this off. CDPR did move to Unreal Engine, so that could help out. I know they had some problems with their own in-house engine, that's why they swapped. Who knows, maybe we'll get The Witcher 4 sooner than expected, but it is in full production and they are working on it hard. Yeah guys, speaking of The Witcher 4, a lot of devs left CDPR after Cyberpunk released, and they opened their own studio with launching their own game in mind. These are mostly CDPR devs, and they made this vampire game that is something that's not really been done. That's the reason why they opened their own studio. So they're gonna try to do a vampire game, which is heavily reliant on the day and night cycle. It has a specific story, which there is a set amount of days where you have to complete it. No doubt there'll be ways to cheese this system, and we'll see what happens, but it does seem to be a decent game from what I can see. Of course, only time will tell, and when the game releases we'll get a fully fledged review on it. But yeah, it seems like a decent game all around for if you're into the whole vampire thing. So Ion 2. Ion 2 is another MMORPG. It is open world, with a huge open world with an already dedicated fan base, since Ion 1 was a massive success. It will deviate a little bit from the first game, but nonetheless it will bring its old player base to at least try the game at launch, which MMORPGs really need. Their survival is basically on player base, so that's a huge thing for Ion 2 that it has going. Game will release this year in Asia, but in global it's expected that it will release next year. And rounding out this list is Soulframe. So Soulframe is a little bit of a darker twist to an MMO kinda. The reason I say kinda is more like an open world RPG with multiplayer aspects than a fully fledged MMO. It is from the creators of Warframe, however it's a completely different game, and I must say I saw one boss battle and with the music it legit gave me shivers. I have the video posted on my channel as well if you want to check it out. But yeah, the game is playable right now in its kind of alpha state, but it's expected to release soon-ish. So with that, that's 10 full open world games that we covered. Most of these will release next year, some this year, some beyond that. Delays always happen. But yeah guys, if you know about some other open world games that you'd like me to cover on this channel, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching guys, peace.